Righto, let's start off this health advice with a tactic. So I'm going to give you anecdotal evidence of myself, Johnny, and a female client, so everyone should be covered here. So a compressed feeding window is what the latest doctors are trying to promote as a health hack to improve all areas of not just weight loss, but all your blood markers, your blood pressure. Everything gets improved when you can squeeze what you eat into a window of time. So it's not really fasting, because fasting is more you're kind of withdrawing from calories, you're withdrawing from total intake of food, right? Whereas what this approach is suggesting is like, eat everything you want as you are. Just put it into a 8-hour, 10-hour window. I'll go through it in a second, but when you can squeeze what you eat into a shorter window so that your body's allowed to just repair itself without any food, and instead of the energy that goes towards digestion, you're now, what they call it is autophagy, you're now able to use that energy to recycle and get rid of denatured cells that aren't really serving you, and your body kind of eats them up, recycles them and turns them into good healthy cells, and it's called autophagy, which is self-eating in Greek, I believe. Now the beautiful thing about this is that you don't have to cut calories. You're not kind of changing anything about your lifestyle, other than you kind of just shift breakfast from, instead of waking up and eating straight away, which is more habitual, instead of just like, fuck, I've just woken up, I'm starving, my blood sugar's crashing, I can hardly concentrate. No, most of us wake up and we're fine and energetic. Eventually, I know some people got adrenal fatigue, but we're not starving. A good half a litre to a litre of water, you start moving and walking around, you're not starving, you're fine. If you can just take your breakfast with you, I know a lot of you go to corporate jobs and whatever, just take your breakfast with you and just push it to when you're really, really hungry, and just watch what the knock-on effect will have on your life from doing so. And I'll give you some examples in a second. Now, just by doing that alone, let me give you some examples. So my female client, mid-50s, gone through menopause, is having some health problems. She's got high blood pressure, she's overweight, and she's gets reoccurring illnesses in terms of she catches the flu easily. She's just constantly seeing the doctor because she gets sick quite easily. Just by having just a black coffee in the morning and moving breakfast 2, 3, 4 hours later, right? And she works a corporate job and she just eats it at a desk. There's no crazy shit going on here. She's just moving breakfast later. What she said to me last night on the phone was this: she's hardly hungry. Before, she used to have up and down blood sugar swings, and she just couldn't control her hunger. She'd always want to eat more. She's saying now her hunger's gone. Her energy and her mood are more stable. It's not like she feels amazing, but she feels consistently good throughout the whole day. Most importantly though, what she said was, my sleep has been the best it has ever been. Now, for a middle-aged woman who's got some health issues, sleep is her best friend, right? So sleep is all of our best friends. And she's saying for the first time in a very long time that she's going to sleep and staying asleep and waking up feeling rejuvenated. You can only imagine how good that would be, what the knock-on effect will be for her to lose weight, to improve her blood pressure. All these things are stress related. And if you're waking up through the middle of the night like she was, going to the toilet frequently, just tossing and turning, she'd wake up in the early hours of the morning and not being able to get to sleep. I know a lot of you have got that going on. When that goes, you're relieving your body of a lot of stress, but also allowing your body to recuperate from the other stresses in your life so that your blood pressure goes down, you're able to start to lose weight. And what has she done? I haven't told her to do anything drastic and cut calories. I haven't done nothing. She's just moved what she normally eats into a shorter window, and voila, look what's happened. Now, I didn't come up with it. Dr. Sachin Panda is the doctor that's done the research. He did it on rats. Now it's been out into humans, and it's clear that it works. Now, why I've obviously got Johnny on this bandwagon as well. And why do we do it? I'll tell you this. I am consciously getting lean. So I am in a caloric deficit by choice. I feel better. That's another video. So why do I do this compressed feeding window? How does it benefit me and Johnny? Well, when you're in a caloric deficit, you're naturally going to be hungry. Like, there's no way around it. You want to get lean, you're going to be hungry. It's only your body, when you're hungry, your body's like, okay, there's not enough food. We're going to start to burn fat. That's what makes you hungry. It's uncomfortable, but you get on with it, right? By doing the compressed feeding window, you're allowing yourself to, you're going to feel hungry for the first part of the day. There's always going to be some suffering when it comes to fat loss. We do it in the morning so that when we do eat, we're allowed to eat more calories per meal, feel more satiated, so that the diet itself, the caloric deficit, isn't as hard. Because if you're having to fit in, let's just say 2,000 calories into 3 meals per day, breakfast, lunch and dinner from 7 a.m. all the way to 7 p.m. In between those meals, unfortunately, it's quite a struggle because you feel hungry, but you're not going to eat, because if you eat, that means the next meal has to come earlier, and eventually you're going to be like, fuck, I can't eat anymore because I've reached out my calories and it's only fucking 4 p.m. Not a great thing to do. By moving breakfast later, it allows you to have a good dinner where it's like you're forcing yourself to eat to lose weight, because you've got all these calories left and you're not really that hungry because you've already dealt with that hunger on the front part of the day. So when it comes to dinner, you can enjoy your dinner more because you're like, well, I actually have to eat this, because you can't eat too low of calories because you start burning muscle and your metabolism slows down. So it's just an enjoyable way to diet and still get good results and get lean, right? That's why me and Johnny do it, because a black coffee with heaps of water in the morning, you're still going to get hungry, but that you can still function. He's a plumber. I'm carrying suitcases and shit during the morning as well. You're not dying. You're not going to die and just keel over because you haven't eaten. It's fine, and you build it up slowly. But what it does do for us is just makes dieting a lot more enjoyable. And when you do eat, you can eat bigger meals that make you feel satiated, and then you forget that you're actually in a caloric deficit, because don't get it twisted. Being in a calorie deficit is tough, and the leaner you get, the tougher it becomes. This is a long video. Move your breakfast later. Compress the amount of time that you're eating into, we do 8 hours. My female client, I think she's at about 10 hours. She eats just within the 10 hour. I think she's doing 8 a.m. to 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. So it's 9 hours. Figure out, just work it slowly. But the smaller the window that you can fit your food into, the better you'll feel and the better health benefits you're going to get. See you soon.